Welcome back to the Daily News Grinder, everyone.
We are very excited because we have a special guest today, Carlson. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in to chat with
Yes.
us.
Nice
We're
to be
super
here.
excited to
Two lovely
have you.
ladies of Daily News Grinder. So thanks for having me.
We're excited to have you here this morning. But before we jump into our special segment, we do have some breaking news. So
since yesterday, all charges dropped in the case of Jesse Smollett. And this is happening right in our own very backyard.
Yeah.
So since you are a Chicago resident, we would love to talk to you about this case and your opinion on it, because this is very surprising that 16 charges.
Yeah, 16 felony charges, which is scary.
Have been dropped.
Yeah.
What's your viewpoint?
This case is very confusing for just a bystander like me. You have someone who is arrested and convicted of a crime, but then you have charges that are then up in the air. You don't know what's going on. So you're in this gray area with information that's not complete. And then you have just this sudden bombshell where suddenly all of these charges are dropped, and the state and the county give pretty much no explanation. They give a couple reasons for why they're dropping the charges, which I think you're going to talk about. But there was this is the reason we're doing this.
Right.
I'm very curious to see what Lori Lightfoot and Tony Preckwinkle, the two mayoral candidates coming up next week, have to say about it. I don't know if they've made a comment.
They should definitely comment about this.
And even some presidential candidates on the Democratic side are weighing in. Kamala Harris just came out and said she's very confused. And she's a former state's attorney for California for 2 years before coming into the Senate. So to hear that from someone so notable and so experienced really concerns me. And I really want to know what's going on. And I want to know why there's not transparency and consistency in this case specifically.
Absolutely. Yeah. And she came out, she's very confused. I think we're all very confused right now.
I think going off of that, like the 3 reasons Cook County prosecutors gave were very vague and just didn't really give a reason as to why. I mean, they claimed that they re-looked at the facts from the case, and it seemed that they weren't able to charge him because of that. Also, he forfeited his $10,000 bond. Yeah. And due to his community service in Chicago and volunteer that he's done, they think that he should have been, I guess, barred. Is that the right word? From his charges? I don't know if that...
Yeah, and the interesting thing that's going on with this case, which we also saw this week with the Mueller report coming out, is that... the county has said, we are dropping these charges, but he is not exonerated of the crime, which is essentially saying, we're not saying that he didn't do it, but we are not going to pursue these charges further. And the same thing happened with the Mueller report. They said there was no collusion with Russia and the Trump campaign, but Barr, the Attorney General, and Mueller essentially said, we are not exonerating him of any other crimes and of obstruction of justice. Right. So now with that case too, high profile, celebrity, powerful person, we, the public, are in this gray area of, we know in our gut that we're not getting all the information.
Oh,
and that there are larger forces out there.
I was going to say what you're talking about with Trump. I think it's interesting because I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that he's this came out and there's no connection to Russia or whatever we're supposed to believe now. But people are saying, well, now, he didn't have any issues with his taxes. And it's like, well, that doesn't have anything to do with this. Right. You're just taking the one thing, that one statement that was made about this particular case, and now you're just letting him go of all of the other issues that haven't been solved. And I think that's what our worst fear is living in Chicago. It's like you see so many celebrities, and we talked about R. Kelly next. I mean, is he the next person who's going to be released without any charges?
And same thing with the people involved with the college examination. Admission.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
No, it's the entry exam. Yeah.
Felicity Huffman.
I saw a meme. I showed both of you. Yeah, that was just like, if Jesse can get away with it, we're moving to Chicago, because honestly, I mean, Chicago's had a long history of politicians that are very corrupt and things have gone under, and it's not just Chicago,
and like the Chicago police, like all that.
It's just scary to know that we live in a city that is not actually doing what is just. And I mean, for all we know, maybe he is a victim, but there's a lot of evidence that has proven up to this point. And we were told to believe that this evidence proved that he was not the victim and that he actually created this entire thing.
I mean, he literally went and turned himself in.
Right. He went to Crafty Beaver. I just thought, like,
Yes,
putting that out
with
there.
his credit
His
card.
was linked to Crafty Beaver.
Yep.
And the fact that his personal trainer and the two people that were involved came out and spoke, I mean, for all we know, they were lying. But it's just crazy to think that up until this point, at least prosecutors and this whole trial was made to seem that, like, this is what happened and he had made this up and he lied to Good Morning America during his interview, his initial interview, and everything was a lie. And now he's coming out a free man. I don't understand that.
I think this trial was very planned out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think now we're going to see those two brothers come forward and they're going to speak. I can see them probably going on and
they
on.
will.
See, I do.
I don't think they'll come out against Cook County. What are you going to say? I think they're paid off.
No, I think
that's what's happened.
Not to Cook County. They're not
Right.
going to speak to Cook County. I think they're going to go on like Good Morning America.
I don't
They're
think
going to go on the Today Show, like all of that.
Yeah, I personally don't think they will because I think it doesn't benefit them if they were involved. The fact that he's being dismissed off 16 felony charges means they're not going to be charged for anything as well, most likely. So, and I think because they were honest about what happened, they came to a deal, which usually happens. So I don't think they're going to backtrack and say anything. I honestly think that we may get some information about this later on in the year, but I don't think it'll be talked about. It'll be swept under the rug, just like everything else is in Chicago. And then we're just going to move on and act like nothing happened and be told to forget about it. And it's a problem.
Right.
I'm
Well,
scared. Like,
two things. I think he's going to write a book.
yeah.
100%.
Experience.
No, I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
they
do
always
think
do. I
he's
feel
going
like
to write a book.
I'll read it. I think we'll all read it because
Yeah.
we'll be interested to see
Absolutely. And I think maybe in like 2
who's
years.
going to be his publisher. Who's going to back that?
Honestly, someone's going to want to back that because it's
There'll be
going to
money
make
behind
a lot of money behind it. Two, do you think he's going to go back on Empire? That's the main.
So I know Fox. It's on Fox. I'm pretty sure. I don't watch Empire, but yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. But I don't. They have not come out with a statement, and I think this is kind of the thing that people are like, well, Fox should, get their thoughts together now that this has been. I mean, he still has to. There are charges that he has to go to federal court for.
Federal charges.
Yeah, it's not completely done. But I do think Fox will, create a very, strategic and PR statement about the situation. And they'll say that. And I honestly don't know if they'll kick him off the show.
I mean, he plays a very big role in the show. And ever since this first started, they were very vague.
Right.
They never made a bold statement.
Yeah.
So I do believe he's going to be back on the show. I really do.
Well,
because then they could get in trouble for kicking him off since he didn't do anything technically wrong.
I think, it's interesting though, because initially, I don't know if you guys remember this, but like there were rumors being spread around that, he was being written off the show. I don't know if that was 100% true, but he was being written off the show. And this was him retaliating to, being written off the show and him needing attention because no one knew who he was really before this by name. Like we knew who he was, by face just from the show, but he was pretty irrelevant. And then he put himself, in the media through this. And so people were talking. And then, of course, he played the victim card if that didn't happen, let's say. So people felt bad for him. And then, he got more media coverage and he had his interview and he blew up. So I don't know if that was a lie, if he really was being written off.
I heard that, and I heard that was a rumor.
Right.
Hashtag fake news.
Yeah, that's the other.
But I did hear that he wanted more money from them.
Yeah.
So he wasn't
happy.
He wasn't happy. So that's the whole reason why he did all of this.
I don't know. What do you think, Aaron?
I mean, nothing is proven, and we are in a very iffy time right now in terms of the public having access to these high-profile cases.
Yeah.
And we have to be careful not to jump to conclusion and rush to judgment, especially in a case like this where we have two different sets of facts and two different narratives that are being delivered to the media. We don't know what is true.
Yeah.
There's definitely so much information and fact behind this case that we don't even have access to. And we will see whether or not there is a legitimate reason that they are not moving forward with this, or if something else is going on. I think only time will tell and the truth will come out.
Absolutely.
That's a great point. I think going back to the jumping to conclusions thing, I watched several interviews and a lot of people are saying initially we were all like, he's a victim. And that was kind of the first part of this whole story. And
felt bad for him.
Right. And then everyone's like, we jumped to a conclusion. Now look at him. He's not the victim. He's the one who created this whole monster of a thing. And now it's like, well, maybe he is a victim. And it's just this back and forth thing. And we don't have, obviously, the evidence. We can't look at that. We're not involved in this case, unfortunately. But I just think it's pretty crazy that as a country, we've kind of been strung along. And now we're just kind of like, all right, well, you don't really know what happened. It's between us, and, charges were dropped, and that's it. And you can't expect the public to just be like, we're going to accept that, because it's been so publicized, and he's made it so public, and everyone around him has made it so
Which
public.
he wanted to make it so public. That's why he did it,
Right. And if you look at the facts from what I thought were the facts from the case, what he gave his story was that he was in Streeterville or River North, wherever he was.
Streeterville.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very specific time of night, very late at night. He was going to Subway, is from what I remember. There was a guy with a MAGA hat, and that, what was it? That yelled racial and homophobic slurs, which not okay at all, obviously. But it was just, someone broke apart his story, which I thought was interesting.
Because that part was proven to be false.
Yes, it was very specific, and like at this exact time, the bars were closed. It was just a very weird. And even when he told Good Morning America, he kind of deferred from is that the word? Deferred from the actual story. Yeah. Okay.
Straight.
Like I'm really bad with things like that.
There
There we go. Straight off the story, and like just kind of talked about other things, like how it affected him, which I understand. But you want to, if you're a victim. I mean, I've never been a victim, so I can't really attest to this, but I would feel you want to give every detail so people really know, like, this is what happened to me, rather than just kind of not talking about it. I don't know. It was just a very weird interview. It felt off for me, and I don't know why. So,
I mean, bottom line is, I don't think we'll ever know what actually happened.
Yeah.
But right now, he's going to be facing federal charges. He's out, and we'll keep everyone updated on other news that we hear about this.
Yeah.
So moving forward, now I
I
want to direct all my attention to you, kind of lift the mood here. So we are focusing on how to get your best beach body in 2 months.
I'm
This
excited.
big.
Yes.
I mean,
I need
spring has
help.
sprung.
Unfortunately,
No, I am thrilled.
It's here to stay.
I know.
Yes.
I'm glad, because it's supposed to snow Saturday though. That's a side note.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm like the
Debbie Downer
yeah,
of the group.
like,
It's gonna snow, but it's
Yeah.
still spring. And while we are stuck inside, maybe we can do some home workouts,
Yes,
kind
that's
of
what
work
I
on our
said.
body.
You're trying to avoid that. I know you.
Yep, I've been just eating everything and not
It's gonna
I
snow.
know.
moving at all. I'm like, oh, it's gonna snow. We've got a month left of cold weather. I don't need to get ready
No.
for the summer.
But we do, because the month is gonna roll
I
around
know.
fast, and then we're gonna look in the mirror and be like, oh shit, I still have cellulite on my ass.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how do I get that cellulite off my ass to go away?
That's
So,
a very specific question.
Well, first off, both of you are beautiful. And you have
Oh,
rockin'
I
bods.
could cry.
Um,
You're beautiful.
I got that cake.
Literally.
Second, any plan that anybody wants to make going into spring break or the summer or anything, a vacation, a cruise, you need 2 things. One, you need exercise, and you also need diet. And what you really want to start with is being realistic about, what is my plan? What are my goals? Am I trying to lose weight? Am I trying to tone up? Do I just want to feel better and feel happier and healthier? And with that, with your reasoning in mind, kind of your guiding light, from there you can make some measurable, specific goals that you can actually track, that you can hold yourself accountable to, and develop a consistent habit and pattern that eventually reinforces itself. And then those 2 or 3 months fly by, and then before you know it, you're taking that perfect selfie and you're happy at the beach.
And you do not need the skinny app.
I know. I mean, I don't think I'll ever get rid of that, but kind of going off of that, like my hardest thing, and I know because I have a fitness background, the most important thing is nutrition, I would say.
Right.
Abs are made in the kitchen, and I really think that's true. I have a really hard time not snacking and eating really unhealthy food.
Gosh.
Like we'll go to happy
My
hour
ish.
and I'm like, let's order everything because
Yes.
I
We'll
don't
have 5
think about it.
appetizers,
Yeah.
please.
Matchsticks,
Per person,
pretzels,
and
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
We'll have the nachos, please.
Yes. I just like thought about nachos
Before
for
we jump into specifics,
Yeah.
I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. I want our audience to get to know you just because
Tell me who you are.
you're amazing.
Oh, stop. So I'm a graduate student at Northern Illinois University. I'm doing 2 master's degrees that I'm about to finish.
Wow.
One is a master's.
Props.
I can't do one.
I cannot even imagine.
It's a struggle bus, but it's
Oh.
definitely worth the journey.
Yeah.
Getting a master's of business administration and then a master's of education. I studied at Loyola for my undergrad, and I'm an ACE, certified personal trainer.
Shout out to Ace.
So shout out to ACE, gotta renew. An AFA group exercise instructor, Zumba instructor, Aqua Zumba. I think that's it in terms of certifications.
That's
I
a
just
lot.
got my bar certification.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Wait,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love bar.
Bar's
Yeah.
fun.
And that's good for
Like-
summer bodies. So
Really?
I bet.
Bar makes my legs feel like jello.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Bar
that's
is
gonna lift and burn and do
Oh,
all
yeah.
those things that we want.
My best friend just became bar certified, and she's been teaching so many classes, and she is ripped.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, but pretty ripped.
Great.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, damn girl.
I
Let's
love
train
that.
body.
I know.
You know?
It's when you teach, I mean, you have to be in such great shape because not only are you moving and doing the same thing that they're doing, but you're talking and hyping up the crowd. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's a lot.
It's
I was in great
110%.
shape. Yeah, you
For
have
sure.
It
to.
really is.
Yeah.
So 2 months. We have 2 months to get
Mhm.
our dream bod, right?
Yes.
What should our workout look like?
So you're gonna want to combo on cardio and strength, and what you're really gonna want to focus on is high intensity movement. So for a lot of people, time is the toughest thing. Aside from having a balanced, controlled diet, finding time to get to the gym and to get a really good workout in is tough. So you're going to want to do cardio 3 to 5 days a week. And then you're going to want to do strength and conditioning 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 if you're having like a light day. And really what you want to do is you want to intertwine those and, combine them with each other so that they're supporting each other. But again, you really want to make sure you're going for those power moves. So if that means a short workout, but you aren't taking any breaks and you're going at your max effort, so that you're burning calories, but you're also working those muscles, and then you are refueling your body after with high protein, good carbs, things like that. That's going to give you the fastest turnaround and is going to give you the best results in the short amount of time that you have.
So with that being said, like, is that 30-minute cardio on the treadmill and then you move over to your
Treadmill.
So treadmill scares.
I hate
Treadmill
treadmills.
scares.
I like
everybody.
to
The
use a treadmill.
Stairmaster.
Stairmaster's
Do
good.
I
something.
love that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard.
It
And
is hard.
I
You
like
sweat.
to row. I row now.
That's good
Really?
too.
Yeah, before I left Equinox, I started rowing, and I would do a 1,000-meter row at the end of my workout. And because you want to end with your cardio so that you're maintaining your ESC.
Yes.
So it just keeps your metabolism high, and then you're burning fuel, and it's really good and for your overall, I don't know how to explain
Well,
it.
shit.
Energy system development. That's all
I've been
know.
doing everything wrong.
Well,
I
that's how
start
you
off with my
train them.
cardio.
Yeah, and most
And then I'm
people
like,
do.
okay, I'll move on to abs.
Yeah.
And like whatever, legs.
But
what
most
else?
people were trained that way to believe
Yes.
warm up with cardio, but you're actually not really warming up your
And
specific
the problem
body.
with doing that is that a lot of people will do their cardio, and then by the time they get to strength, which really, in terms of trying to get toned and to lose weight, is the most important part, they're burnt out.
Yeah.
They burn through their calorie reserves, and they've kind of hit that plateau.
Yeah.
And by the time you sit down on a machine or you grab some dumbbells, you're like,
Over it.
you do a
You
set or two,
literally-
go on your phone, and then you walk away.
It's like he's in the room with me.
I know, literally.
I'm not
There's
kidding.
cameras in the gym, so
That's
we
scary.
see you when you're
That's
working out.
literally exactly
Yeah.
what I do. I like go down to do like a plank. I'm like,
Thanks, are hard.
Yeah, so
Oh,
the
good. I'm
key to
Planks
getting
are-
over that
Yeah.
is do a light cardio warm up. I like to walk on an incline
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
get on the elliptical or the Stairmaster,
Yeah.
even 10 minutes. And if you get to the gym after work or you're doing it at home,
Right.
if you do that, just warm your body up a little bit, you will get that energy up and you'll be like, oh yeah, I love the gym. I want to work out. And then if you move over to the strength part and you do, I mean, it can, again, varies by person, but 20 to 60 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes, anywhere in that zone. And then you do your cardio 20 or 30 minutes. That's really the goal.
What do you think about, I was always taught, or not always taught, but I learned that sometimes doing foam rolling before, because you warm up your muscles, and then going into like specific targeted warm-ups. So like if you're going to be doing anything overhead, you work on rotation, internal and external rotation, and just specific. I know a lot of people don't do that. That's more of like a trainer thing to do. But I think it's super important that like getting on the treadmill is good, but you have to make sure that you're doing, even if you're going to squat, like do a body weight squat and then lift. Because if you just jump into it, you're get prone to injury. And there's so much that I've done to myself not knowing, which I think is the scariest thing.
Yes, that's very
I don't know
scary.
what my question was.
So, like you said before, your abs are made in the kitchen.
Yep.
So now that we got the workout part all figured out, do cardio at the end, all that fun stuff. What should we eat? So I'm in the kitchen, I'm making dinner. What's
Please tell
my...
me it's pasta.
But remember, 2 months. I only have 2 months. So what should I get?
So number one, don't starve yourself. That is not gonna.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, I'm like,
do not starve yourself. That
what
is
if you just
not.
forget to eat?
Okay, so here's the thing. You can do a cleanse. If you do any type of cleanse or intermittent fasting, anything like that, do your research. Make sure you know what you're signing up for. Make sure you know what you're getting into, how you're going to feel, what the results are going to be, and what's going to happen after you stop. Because a lot of the problems with these extremes that people go to when they're under a time crunch is they bounce back and they fall down hard.
Yeah.
So the key is to progress into something. With food, whether that means over time you're making your meals a little bit smaller, or you're cutting out that late night snack, or you're breaking up your meals into small segments throughout the day. Anything you can do like that to help to transition slowly, that's what's gonna make it successful into the summer, and not just leading up through May and then at summer you just crash. And at the dinner table or at lunch, you wanna make sure that you're having lots of veggies, lean protein, some complex carbs. Try to avoid, the number one things to avoid are soda, sugary coffee drinks, calorie dense foods like candy, desserts. I know we all love those. It's okay to have some in moderation, but avoid them as much as you can. Replace them with lighter options, whether that's popcorn instead of potato chips, or remove some of the flavor out of what my mom does at Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. She loves caramelized coffee, but that stuff is strong, and there can be several hundred calories in one of those, and you don't want to chug that at the start of the day. So what she does is she specifically asks for only one pump of the flavoring. So that eliminates like 150 calories of just caramel sugar sauce, but still gives you that base flavor and makes you happy. And something like that, you got to accept it. You got to know that it's good enough.
I mean, you look great. So what do you eat? That's what I'd like to know, because whatever you're doing is working.
There's no secret for me. I eat everything. I eat salads. I eat meat. I have an occasional burger. I don't like red meat, things like that. I love chicken. Eat a lot of fruit, a lot of pretzels, popcorn, some of those like simpler snacks. The key for me though is that I don't starve myself. And I don't deprive myself of the foods that I like to make me happy. I love to bake. I love making cookies, brownies, cake, anything like that. Ice cream. Oh my gosh, especially in the summer.
Love it.
So I don't deprive myself of those things. I just make sure that I have those things in moderation. And really a big thing that a lot of people forget is really try hard not to eat at the end of the day. If you're in bed and you're watching Netflix and it's 1 a.m., please do not have a bag of potato chips on your bed.
If I'm up that late, I can't eat.
You can eat if you're going to eat.
That's when I snack.
Have a
so
small snack.
Okay.
Because what happens overnight is if you eat like really calorie dense foods, which is what a lot of us tend to do, like chocolate, things like that, that stuff just sits in you And yes, you're still burning calories, but you're burning calories at a very reduced rate. And not only is that stuff going to burn at a slower rate, but also you're going to wake up feeling bloated and groggy and just hashtag regretful.
I love that.
So have some carrots, have an apple. Have
That's
some
not
tea.
what I wanted.
My secret weapon at the end of the night is a cup of tea, like a flavored tea, so that I still get that yummy feeling, a little
Like
bit
a
of
mint?
honey. Yeah, mint, fruit, chamomile, anything like that that has flavor. Add honey or some stevia, anything like that.
Where did you get? He's like, have a nice little tea.
And I'm over here like,
And you're like, oh, I'm
Truffle.
dreaming of truffle fries.
And it's okay. It is okay to do that. And it's okay to feel like you messed up and to do that once in a
every
while.
day.
But the next day,
Never
do not kill yourself.
Yeah.
Do not make yourself feel horrible and say, oh, I need to go to the gym for 4 hours to make this up. Or I need to starve myself
I
all
tell
day.
myself that, but I don't do
Mhm.
it. Like,
And that's
I'm
good,
like, oh,
because
I'm
a lot
gonna
of people do,
Yeah.
and then they hate their bodies and they hate the way they look and they
Yeah.
feel. And really, at the end of the day, if you can find ways mentally to get over those hills and to make yourself love your body the way it is, that's what's going to make you happiest in that perfect summer self.
Yeah.
Love you.
Oh my god.
Okay, so want to hear my issue?
Yeah.
This is my issue.
Let's dive.
So, and I'm hoping everyone will agree with me.
Okay.
The weather is nice. I want to go to rooftop bars. I want to drink.
Oh yeah.
And for the college students out there, your semester is coming to an end.
Yeah.
You want to go out every day, party
Spring
hard.
break, yeah.
But I want to be skinny at the same time. So I don't want to cut out my alcohol, but I want to be skinny. How do I do that?
I mean, there's no secret. Alcohol it's a carb, and it's a very it's empty calories, and it's calorie dense. It's calorie rich, just like a brownie or a chocolate bar. So the key is to drink in moderation. Unfortunately, I know you don't want to hear that.
It's okay.
If you're drinking socially, try and set a cap for yourself, especially going into the night.
That's good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard for Tiff.
I believe in you.
It is hard, but the secret is if you set a limit, let's say you're going to say, okay, I'm going out for a night out, I really want to have fun. I'm going to limit myself to 3 drinks tonight.
I'll be sore.
That's fine.
Well, I always tell people, and I don't know if you agree with this, like, used to have clients that would come in when I was a trainer and be like, I love drinking and I'm drinking, Bellinis and this and Moscato, and it's all sugar. And I'm like, if you're going to drink, have a vodka tonic because it's minimal. And if I'm going to have you drink and I know it's going to affect you in your workout, your metabolism, anything, I'd rather have you drink that. And I honestly would recommend that to my clients.
Yeah. Have a quote unquote lighter drink.
Yes.
Or set that limit and then go into the night knowing, okay, like I'm going to have 2 vodka tonics and a glass of wine, but I'm going to drink them slower.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually enjoy them. I'm going to put my drink down every once in a while. Or I'm going to have a snack in between.
So much.
Or have a straight shot, because then you're only, if it's just vodka or tequila, you're only getting the calories, again, going back to that simple drink from the alcohol. And it does it go into your bloodstream like quicker, so that you might be drunk sooner? I don't know. I'm terrible at shots.
If you're going for that, if you are drinking to get a buzz or to get drunk, you can do that. If you want like a nice complex red, then sip on it for a
right,
couple
dry
hours.
red.
Right.
You got it, but with alcohol, there's no secret.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do besides get a lighter drink.
Skinny girl.
There are some
skinny
skinny
girl margaritas.
options.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had it. Is it good?
I've had it. No, it is very delicious actually. In college, I used to drink vodka water with a dash of lime juice.
See, I cannot drink that. Someone once ordered me, I gave him money to go to the bar, and I was like, get me a rum and Coke. That's like my go-to drink, I feel like. And someone brought me a vodka tonic, and I almost threw up. Like, it just tastes like seltzer water and alcohol.
I do tonic though. I don't like tonic.
You just do water.
I do straight up water.
But you're better
with vodka
alcohol than me.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like
with a dash of
I
lime.
cannot do that.
Everyone in my school used to do
Triggered.
it. All the skinny bitches would be like, I have a vodka water with
that's
lime.
crazy.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I'll have a vodka water with
I'll just take a
lime.
regular ice
Meanwhile,
water.
usually I'm like, I'll have a vodka Sprite, please. Like,
yeah, no, you
add
need
those
that.
calories. And then I get like heartburn like a 50-year-old man. But no, that's what I used to do. And I actually used to wake up less hungover because you limit the sugar. and you're kind of like drinking water throughout the night in a weird way.
Crazy thing. Yeah, you're staying hydrated, which I
Yeah.
don't. But not great thing. The interesting thing is I used to always wake up super thin and flat in the morning.
Yes,
and I was like,
same.
alcohol makes me thin, but really you're so dehydrated that's why you're waking up so flat. So it's actually really bad.
I know.
But I felt like I was great. Now I wake up loaded 24/7, even if I drink.
Are you eating before bed?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. I mean, at my nutrition to count my macros, and now I'm just still meal prepping, but it's just I now snack. I eat a lot of chocolate. Thanks, Mom, for all the chocolate you give me every week when I see you. And Cheetos. I love Cheetos, and Cheetos are great at 1:30 a.m. We went out for happy hour.
Cheetos. Side note.
Is this bad?
So yes, I went to Costco.
Oh, I was like, are you gonna tell
Side
me
note,
something bad?
and I got these Cheetos, okay, but they're made out of
Tortilla.
no,
Cauliflower.
not cauliflower.
Kale.
Those little balls.
Like the cheese balls?
No, like
Corn?
No. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
But they're healthy and they're organic and they're gluten free.
Quinoa.
No. Oh my God, what is it? I forgot.
Is it a grain?
Makes you bloated usually.
Everything.
Flax.
Flaxseed. Okay, I had chia seeds.
But they're really good.
I need to try that.
I'll send you a pic. It's called
Please do.
hippie.
Oh.
Hippies.
Okay. I haven't
Look it up,
tried
everyone.
Side note,
delish.
I went on a binge for chia seeds. I was like, I'm gonna get antioxidants and be like so LA and just like me and my chia seeds. I ate so many chia seeds, and it was when I was at WGN, and that's like it was easy because it was like in a little pack. And I didn't know why I was gaining weight and bloating because chia seeds make you bloat.
Wait, you ate straight up chia seeds?
Well, like they'll put it with like they'll mash it up and like they have like the baby little thing that you can like slurp chia seeds. And I would do chia seed smoothies.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were just eating like
No, not straight.
Like, like straight. I'm like, ew.
I ate
that doesn't have
flaxseed like
taste.
that, but it was just like I've never felt so more bloated. I thought it was healthy.
Yeah, no,
and
they make
they're
you bloat.
good, but like I felt like I was pregnant. Like it was disgusting. I was
That's
not
gross.
happy.
Yeah. And with anything like that, anything that's a trend or a fad right now,
Right.
really all you can do is try it for yourself.
And it does
Because we don't know like these high profile cases. We don't know the truth, and the truth will come out, but it will take some time.
Yeah.
So all you can do is do your research, try it for yourself, and see how your body feels with an exercise program, with a specific food, with a specific diet. If it feels right and you feel good and you feel healthy, keep doing it because every body is different.
Yeah.
Our genetics are different. Our lifestyles are different. And that's really the key to finding out what's right for you is to do what your body says.
To kind of go off of that, do you believe in all those popular diet trends right now? For example, keto, military diet, fasting, all that fun stuff.
I will not am hesitant to give a yes or no answer for any specific diet like that. Kind of like I just said, do your research and know what you're getting into because a lot of these diets are very extreme.
Yeah.
And not only can they not do what you think they're going to do, they can be dangerous. So do your research and give it a test run if you're going to try anything. Talk to people that have done it and really know what you're getting yourself into. Keto and military, I have never tried. I don't have plans to try. I would not personally recommend something that extreme to somebody.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting, though, is something that I think is very interesting. And I think the research on that is a little bit more promising as long as you know what you're doing. A lot of people think that it just means that it's like cleansing. Like, oh, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to have a Rice Crisp for dinner. And I'm going to have a walnut for breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, that's the idea that a lot of people have. But really, it's all about small snacks and meals throughout the day. And then having longer breaks of time between meals, between snacks, and even sometimes just taking a longer break to just clear out your body and to cleanse. And to get that quote unquote like flat thin feeling that we all like love when we feel. So that is something that I would say if you want to try, that would be the one that I would try first.
Okay.
I think it's interesting because keto, I know you have to like test your blood levels for your blood sugar. So you physically have to like do, if you have diabetes and you prick your finger and you test your blood levels, like, or your blood sugar, it's the same thing. And that ends up becoming part of that diet. And that's a lot. I mean, that's extreme. And I think it kind of goes back to the not old days, but like now it's more of like counting macros rather than calories. And even that can get extreme. Like I know what macros I need for my carbs, fats, and proteins, but I don't count them. I just eat what is in the ballpark.
Can you define for the common listener what a macro is?
So it's macronutrients. So it's the 3 categories that you need for your body. So it's proteins, fats, and carbs. You always want to have actually your proteins and carbs, depending what you're looking for in your workout. If you want to gain muscle, they tend to be pretty similar in the number. So I know mine is around like 200 something. And that just makes sure that you're staying on track. So a lot of women tend to not eat carbs because they're scared of carbs. Complex carbs are great. Simple carbs are not. So sweet potatoes, whole wheat pasta, things that are just better
pasta.
That's the stuff you should be eating, not white potatoes, which sometimes are so good. And then going back to those fats, you want a lower fat level always. So it's still important to have fat in your diet, but healthy fat, like avocados, which I wouldn't recommend now because there's listeria. But
pause. I went to Chipotle the other day, and I was like, no, and I was like, do I get the guac? And I was like, oh no. And then I'm like, is your guac good? And they're like, of course our guac is good. And I'm like, well, it's been recalled.
Subjective.
Yeah, I'm like, it's been recalled. And then they're like, well, ours is good. So I was like kind of hoping I got sick so I could sue Chipotle and then make hella money.
I mean, hey, the thing is, like, they come from the same manufacturer. At the end of the day, it's coming from a manufacturer, not Chipotle.
Yeah.
So they just want you to pay $2 extra for that extra
Side note.
But yeah, I just think, like, I used to always count my calories, and there was a point where I was very close to being anorexic at one point in my life, and it was because I counted everything I was eating. So macros felt a little bit more free, but I still had control over it. And now I know, especially having a background in fitness, just like, okay, these meals are within my macro numbers, and so
definition.
And it's good that people, like, I think it's great to sit down with someone and be like, here are the numbers for your macros. This is not by any means what you should be hitting every day. You shouldn't try to go under or over or exactly. Just know that this is where you should be around, and that you should be eating healthier, less fatty foods and more healthy carbs and healthy protein. Cool. That's my rant about macros.
This is making me want to get up and go to the gym.
I know. I get so motivated, and then I get there, and I'm like, I don't want to be here.
No, I put like my leggings and like my workout clothes on. I'm like,
it's hard to put them on.
Now I actually have to do it.
I know. I used to, this is kind of strange, but like watching fitness videos makes me feel like I worked out. So then I was like, I did it. Like, I took
she also says that about eating. She's like, I watched someone eat a cheeseburger, and then I feel like I feel
satisfied.
Like the phantom smell, but like the phantom
exactly. Like, I will smell food too. If I'm like,
we'll have to talk about that after the show.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, there's a huge trend on YouTube, not to go on a side rant, but mukbang videos where you watch people eat dinner. So now, sometimes you get lonely, so you put on the video and you're eating dinner and someone's talking about their day.
Oh, Lord.
And
we should go out to dinner together.
It's fascinating, though. Yeah, film it, and then I'll just eat at home alone. No, but it also, like, if I'm hungry and then I watch a video like this, like Trisha Paytas, one of my favorite YouTubers, she's hysterical. She does mukbang videos all the time. She'll be eating she'll order like 20 things from Cheesecake Factory, and she's just eating it. And I'm like, I hate Cheesecake Factory. And I know you love Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, I do.
But I feel like I ate it with her, and I'm like, wow, here I am eating broccoli, but really I'm eating 4-cheese pasta from Cheesecake Factory.
Wow.
Interesting.
See, that makes me more hungry.
It does, but then I just go to sleep.
Okay.
It sounds really bad. And then I dream about Cheesecake Factory. But then,
goodness gracious, Joanna.
I know, it's pretty bad. But then I just text Tiffany. I'm like, do you want to do happy hour? And we're like,
I'm like,
yeah, that's fine.
And then we order every appetizer on the...
Yeah, we got judged hardcore last week. We were at happy hour, and he's like, we ordered like 4 things. They were like this.
They were bite size.
Okay, not me.
Like my pinky.
We hadn't eaten all day, and the guy's like, oh yeah, you guys should be good. And we look at each other, we're like, yeah, no, we're not good. Like, this
we'll
is
have
like
the jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, I was like, the salad was for like half a person.
Yeah.
I was very upset.
Judgment free zone.
Yeah.
Happy hour's gotta be judgment free.
Exactly. Whatever. But anyways, we're talking about food, and you have a big announcement.
We're so excited. Let's talk about it.
So I have a cookbook coming out.
What's it called?
It is called The Cookie Crumbles, but Life Doesn't Have to. And
Love
the
it.
idea behind it is that
That's
even
awesome.
when life gets down or you're feeling down, just like fitness brings you up, brings people together, food really is that for so many people in the
Everyone.
world,
Yeah.
across countries, across religions, everything. Food brings people together and it makes people
True.
happy. So the cookbook is going to be a combination of some healthier options, so some actual entrees, salads, snacks, things like that, to kind of stay with the fitness track if you're working towards your summer body. But it's also going to have some really good, luscious, rich desserts. So brownies, cakes, chocolate chip cookies, all those good things. A lot of
I'm
classic
excited.
recipes that we've all
Yum.
had. But maybe with a little bit of a twist or some type of a little secret to make it just that much yummier. So,
I'm
Yes,
excited.
I'm so excited.
Will you
And
bring
when
us some cookies?
yes, I will bring you
That's all I care
cookies.
about.
I will bring you the book. We
Yes.
can
Yes.
make cookies together.
Oh, that'd be such a cute.
I would love that
snack.
because I am awful at cooking,
Yeah.
as everyone in my
can't
household.
bake, but I can cook. That's all I got. No baking.
I'll
When it
definitely.
comes
We baked together.
Yeah. The last time. we
Olive
baked.
oil and brownies.
Well, I'm Greek. I need my
It
heritage.
did taste Greek, I will admit that. But I do not eat brownies or olive oil
I was
the
gonna
same
say,
anymore.
is the recipe of brownies with olive oil in this cookbook?
It did not make the
You
final
didn't
cut.
make
I'm
the
so
cut.
sorry, but perhaps in a later edition,
Okay,
it will
second
be towards
cookbook.
the back.
Okay.
So,
the back of the book, it should be the number one recipe.
oh gosh. Well, where can people find this book and when is it launching?
So I can't release any of those details yet. The book will be available for order hard copy, but it also will be available as an e-version. And details are to come soon
Will it have
on
your
release
face on it?
date. It might have my face on
It
it.
should.
have your face on
Maybe
it.
I don't want to be too self-absorbed.
No, you should.
No,
I
do
want
it
to
up.
get into
I
that.
You
want
wanna
to
be
open it and I want to
thirsty.
see Aaron.
It's okay to be
Yes.
thirsty.
Yeah,
It's
it's
2019.
I am looking for a man, so I think having my
Hit him
face on the
up.
cover of a book will do that.
I mean, hey, hit him up. I'm also very single, kind of. So
We should happy hour.
Yes.
Judge
yeah.
free zone. There you
Judge
go.
free zone.
we
And
should
then the
do-
gym.
Yeah.
And then the oh.
I don't
Just-
know.
Maybe gym before happy hour. We
Yeah.
don't want any heartburn
Yeah,
going
fine.
on.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry after I work out anyway,
Yeah,
so
then we
that
can
works
eat
out great.
more.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And where can people follow you and keep updated?
So you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Bearish1224. That's BEARISH1224. You can also look me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, any of those platforms. Aaron, Aaron Carlson. So
Hey,
Love that.
Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Your little famous name.
AC.
Well, thank you so much. You're absolutely amazing.
it's been an honor. Thank you for having me. Really.
I appreciate you coming in. And hopefully you can come back in and make some cookies for us.
Yes.
I know. I'm
Uh,
like really excited because I love cookies.
Well, thank you, everyone. We have another guest coming in on Friday.
Yes, we do.
So meet us here
It's a
at
surprise.
12 o'clock Central Time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.